Hey everyone, I've got Rodney here, and he's going to help me show you a couple things. He's in for some basic obedience, good boy, basic obedience training, and we've been working a lot on his loose leash walking. So I want to show you some methods to use so that you're not having to do the old what we call yank and crank, okay? I like to do what I call wall work. I showed it a little bit in my video with his friend Rosie, but I wanted to show a little bit more in detail. And then I also want to show you threshold manners, getting a dog to wait when you open up a door or gate or something like that. That is something that he and his friend Rosie were not very good about, so we've really been working on that. So let's get started with the leash walking. I generally like to walk all the way around the room, but I know the video won't catch all that, so I'm just going to kind of walk back and forth a little bit over here. Again, Rodney's just in for basic obedience, so he's not on board with a proper heel yet. That's fine. It doesn't mean he can't walk on my left side and stay on my left side. We're just not at a point where we do a competitive obedience type heel. But you can see he does pretty good. Good boy, Rodney, over here. Good boy. And of course he's not pulling today. Oh, there he goes a little bit. So he didn't pull there, but he got ahead, okay? So I'm going to anticipate him doing that again. And what I'm going to do is turn into the wall just as he starts to get in front of me. He's pretty quick. I'm going to try. So see, I just put my foot right there and blocked him. So he's kind of got to back off a little bit, and then he swings around. Good boy, Rodney. Over here. Good boy. Good boy, yes. So what you're seeing is I'm not popping him with the leash. I'm not yanking on him. Good boy, yes. He's gotten a lot better at this. I wish you could have seen him a couple weeks ago. It would have made a much better demonstration. Good boy, yes. He's had a lot of practice. Please. Good boy, yes. Yep. So I still use the word heel. I'm trying to introduce him to the concept of, even for your pets, you know, even though they're not going to learn a proper heel, doesn't mean that the word heel to them can't mean, hey, I want you over here on this side. Good boy. I'm just not that particular with heel. If they're going to be a little bit in front or a little bit behind, that's fine with me. I want the dog to be comfortable. When you're getting into certain types of service dog work, it might be more important for them to keep pace with you. See him watching my legs now. He's like, oh, I get what she's gonna do here. She's gonna run her knee right into my face. And that happens sometimes when I do it. You know, look at the way you're doing it. You swing around, sometimes their face is right there, and sometimes your knee or part of your leg does make a little bit of contact. Are you kicking the dog? No. It shouldn't be something that should make them afraid. Good boy, over here. Good. So I'm going to do right turns as well. Left turns. So he as well has been worked on what I call a ground ladder. So it's raised up a little bit and it's got grung, so he has to pick his feet up and walk through it and really think about his foot placement. And then the other thing is the raised bowl where we practice pivoting. Good boy, sit. Yes. All right, so I want to go back to a little bit of that leash walking. Rodney, go. Good boy. And again, watch my loose hand. Okay, I'm just kind of letting the leash drag. Let me clean that up a little bit so you can see a little better. Oh, he thought he was going to get in front of me, so I just stepped in front of him. Good boy, Rodney. So it's really, really great if you guys can work on a wall or even do what we call crazy walking. So let's say the dog gets ahead of you over here just flip 180 degrees, okay? Then I don't pull on the leash. The leash might pull on his collar just because he got ahead of me over there. So with the crazy walking, I might just change directions anywhere I feel like it, really randomly. And it really helps them pay attention to where your legs are. And if you happen to use a wheelchair or a scooter, you can very easily do something very similar using the wheelchair or the scooter. You do not have to be walking on 2 legs to do this. I used to do this a lot with a bicycle. Good boy. All right, so mainly I wanted to show his owner how well he's doing with his loose leash walking. I usually just call it LLW because it's so much easier. Place. Good boy, sit. He says, where's my treat? All right, and then we'll just make the threshold manners a separate video so it's not so long. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. Have a good one.